is the government relying on former DPWH Undersecretary Bernardo's affidavit? The concern of some individuals is his affidavit has been changed 3 or 4 times,
It's
including some people, removing some people. Ang pakiramdam ng ilan, ginagamit na ang affidavit ni Bernardo to actually either include or damage some political individuals.
I cannot speak for Bernardo, but from what I've seen, he's not removed anyone. He's just added people to the list. And I think the list will even get bigger. I think he's only revealed maybe 30% of what he knows, but we'll see further on. He's currently undergoing the rigorous standards of the ombudsman to give him witness protection. And I believe pretty soon he will repatriate monies to the Philippine government as a sign of good faith. And then he will continue to reveal what he knows about the flood control mess. He was the architect of all of this. It is
Architect, but isn't he low level? I mean,
no,
an undersecretary is at low level, but to be named as the architect?
Yes, Zaldico, we believe was the mastermind, and Bernardo was the architect. He knew who the other assistant secretaries and regional directors who were capable of doing such heinous crimes. He knew who had a weakness for money. He knew who was used to the system. So he was really the architect of all of this.
Okay. Now, what about the Discaya couple? No, what is the status? Will they be arrested? What I know they were asking for some form of protection from the DOJ.
I think that it's up to the appreciation of the ombudsman.
Okay.
But if I were to guess, I think the charges will be filed against them either today or tomorrow.
So possible charges will be filed against the Discaya, and when charges are filed, you believe that an arrest warrant may be issued against them?
Not yet. In terms of the Discayas, they're not government employees. They are contractors. I believe they will be charged with the RTC in the RTC, Regional Trial Court. It's up to the appreciation of the Ombudsman and the Secretary of Justice to which RTC they will be charged. After appearing in court, they will be given 5 days to give a counter affidavit, after which a warrant of arrest will be issued.
All right, the arrest warrants are actually against 16 individuals, including Zaldico. And this is specifically on the 289 million peso flood control project in Oriental Mindoro. 8 have been arrested. What is the status of the rest?
One is believed to be in New York. One is believed to be in New Zealand. And we have made contact already, and we should have them pretty soon.
Okay.
3 of them are at large, and Zaldico is at large.
Now, why do you think would these individuals abroad, why would they personally surrender? What changes in their case if they personally surrender? Kasi iisipin ng ilan na sa abroad ka na, bakit ka pa magsusurrender at babalik dito kesa umiwas?
Well, I think they realize the vast powers of the international community coming together in terms of police enforcement. When a red notice comes up or an Interpol notice comes up, all the obliging treaty partners will oblige us with our request. And no matter where you are, as long as the treaty is there, we will find you.
At naka-red notice na po ba, Secretary, itong lahat po ng 16, halimbawa yung nasa abroad, yung naiwan po, red notice po?
It is the court's discretion to file the cancellation of the passport, then after which we will file a red notice towards the person.
Okay. So, nangangahulugan, itong 3 na nasa abroad ay hindi pa po inuutusan na kanselado ang passport.
Today, I think, is the due date. Yesterday, another one arrived, si Montrexis, let me get his name. He was in Israel, and he arrived at mga 4:30 p.m. So that only leaves us Cesar Expediventura, who is in New York, and the other one who is in New Zealand. They're all SunWest Company employees.
I see. So yung dalawang nasa abroad or pati po yung Israel, tatlo po yun, SunWest Company employees po
I believe
sila.
so, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Secretary, why were they included in the arrest warrant? Did they sign the documents? Are they, I mean, is this the president of SunWest?
Yes, the Cesar Benaventura is the president of Sunrise. I think he's chief legal counsel. He was signatory to all the contracts together with the other members who I think one is an accountant and one is a treasurer.
Okay. And an arrest warrant is also has been issued against Zaldico, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It is
Ma'am.
it is in related to the same project. Now, the argument of Zaldico could be I've divested from SunWest Company many, many years ago when I became a congressman. Bakit niyo ko isasali dito sa kasong ito?
If I remember the case build-up of the ICI, they have seen the links, conclusive links between SunWest and a subsidiary company which Zaldi still is a member of. So if you connect the dots, Zaldi is still actually actively participating in the SunWest activities.
Oo. So there is evidence that even if Zaldi has divested, he still is participating in SunWest government contracts, correct?
Yes, we are very definite about that.
Okay. Now, Secretary, what is the status of Zaldico? One, his passport it's not yet canceled. Tama po?
It's about to be canceled. Yes, not yet, but about to be.
Oo. So, ang information niyo po ba, it's about to be canceled today?
Yes, that is the lead information that we got. However, the bigger information is that we believe he's in possession of a foreign passport, European Golden Visa passport. So that is yet to be confirmed. We have written already to the pertinent authorities. We have not gotten a response, so we should know pretty soon.
Okay, so ang tanong ko dito kasi 'di ba, Secretary, when a person gets a golden visa, it only allows you to be a resident of a certain European country. But to apply for citizenship in any European country is harder. A golden visa doesn't cut it. Would you know? Because another passport would mean he would have had to stay there for a few years. Let's say if it were Spain, you have to physically stay in Spain for at least 2 years.
That is what we are finding out. We will know pretty soon as we get all the documents. But we believe we have very strong information that he is in possession of a European passport.
Okay. Now, do you know which country Zaldico is in?
Well, we tracked him from when he left Manila February. He went to the US. From the US, he went to France, where we believe he has a residence near the Champs-Élysées. From France, he went to the south of France. From the south of France, he went to Soto Grande in Spain. From Spain, he went to Portugal. From Portugal, he went to Singapore. Singapore back to Europe. Europe to Japan. Japan now back to Europe.
Okay, so there was information actually that Zaldico was in Japan. So that is confirmed.
Yes.
All right. Is he traveling by private plane?
We do not know. We don't have the manifest of the other countries, but we were in information that he was in Japan.
Okay, because if you traveled commercial at this status, tanong ko lang, no, hindi pa siya naka-red notice, but naka-blue notice po siya.
Yes.
What does a blue notice mean when it involves traveling commercial?
Well, blue notice, even with private, blue notice means that every immigration counter, if they see that the person is on a blue notice, will notify the host country of where the person is at that time.
Oo.
So we've been tracking him.
Notification lang, no arrest.
No arrest, because the warrant of arrest only came out Friday, and there is a process for applying for a cancellation of passport, and I think the DFA will do that soon.
Okay. And did other countries or government agencies actually inform the Philippine government when Zaldico would be crossing per country?
I think so. I just received daily reports, but I haven't seen the actual formal reports from the other countries. I just get daily intelligence briefings to substantiate that.
Okay. Now, are there Filipinos who are protecting Zaldico?
Well, that was what I would warn them against. It is aiding and abetting a fugitive. It is obstruction of justice, and they will be charged in court if we find him and they are in the presence of Zaldico. He is a wanted criminal. He is a fugitive. He is wanted by the state.
Okay, now that an arrest warrant has been issued against Zaldico, what happens if Zaldico chooses to stay in a country where the Philippines has no extradition treaty with that country?
That is the million-dollar question. That is what the DOJ will resolve and the DFA. I think it has something to do with Interpol. I think it has something to do with repatriation treaties. I believe we do not have one with Portugal. We do not have one with Malaysia, with Russia, and with China.
Okay. Will it be difficult, hypothetically, if Zaldico chooses to stay in Russia, for example?
Oh, it'll be impossible if he stays in Russia.
Really? Like
Russia and
impossible
Russia and China are almost impossible. Even J. Lo, who stole $5 billion from Malaysia, has not been captured. We believe he's in China.
What makes it difficult for any individual, for example, if they stay in hiding in Russia and China, for the Philippine government or any government to actually retrieve the individual?
All this is a function of the state. And if the state refuses to cooperate, then there is nothing we can do. We cannot send a team there to extract him. That would be in violation of the sovereign laws of that country. So it is a matter of the international community coming together, recognizing treaties that they have all have signed, and turning them over. In the matter of these four countries that we have mentioned, China, Portugal, Malaysia, and Russia, they have not signed a treaty with us in terms of that.
Oo, so apat na bansa po yun, tama ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Oo, so ulitin ko lang, no, Russia, China, Malaysia, at ano yung isa, sir?
Portugal.
Portugal. Okay. Ang tanong ko, balikan natin konti, no? The case of former President Duterte. For example, looking back now, I mean, now that the government has delivered Duterte to the Interpol, etc., to the ICC, do you have information if the former president actually tried to speak with China for China to protect him from the ICC arrest?
That is all rumors that we heard. That's all innuendo. We don't have the actual conversation or verification from the Chinese authorities. But there was a rumor that he had a choice between going home to the Philippines or going to China when he was in Hong Kong.
Oo. Because with the status of the Philippine government today and China, our issues with the West Philippine Sea, does it affect the relationship of the Philippines to actually ask help from China when it comes to Zaldico?
Well, we've tried. Do you remember? We still have 3 scholars who are nabbed for were accused of espionage. They're 23, 24, and 25 years old. They're studying college in China on a scholarship offered by Sisterhood City Agreements here by the LGUs. And while walking the streets of Beijing, they were apprehended and accused of espionage. So, and we've been trying diplomatically to get them back, seeing what the status of their trial is, and we have not gotten a response. China functions on a different system. It does not function like the Philippines.
Okay. Now, when it comes to Russia, for example, there is a Russian ambassador to the Philippines. Does that help in any way whatsoever? Let's say Zaldico would choose to stay in Russia.
It is again the willingness of the state to participate. It is not. These are the things we cannot control. Other things we can't control, but these are the things we cannot control.
Okay, what was the difference of Arnie Teves, so that we have some institutional comparison here? Arnie Teves tried to apply for asylum in East Timor, and he was there for a few months, and yet after I'm presuming negotiations, East Timor surrendered, right? And Arnie Teves was arrested in East Timor.
I think Arnie Teves was a product of East Timor coming to their senses that to be a part of the ASEAN, the ASEAN bloc, they will have to participate in our laws that or the treaties that we observe upon each other. And I think that was the trigger that brought Arnie Teves under arrest.
Okay, let's say it's Portugal, because there were rumors that Zaldico was seen in Portugal, right? We saw photos allegedly of Zaldico walking in the street and then his hand was up. Or any other country, which agency can the Philippine government ask to actually implement the arrest order?
That would be Interpol.
Interpol.
Yes, International Police.
And is it the representative of Interpol in that particular country, or does the Philippine government have to spend to actually deploy the Interpol in certain countries?
No, it's the resident country is the one who arrests, like upon request of the host country. But the expense of repatriating back, he'll have to be accompanied by marshals or members of the diplomatic corps to bring him back here. That will be the expense in the Philippines.
Oo. Now, Secretary, do you remember Jed Mabilog, no? Si
Yes.
Jed Mabilog ng Iloilo, bumalik po yun, pinabalik ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. during his time. But there was a drug case. I'm not sure if he was convicted. I don't remember now. But there were drug charges filed against him during the time of former President Duterte. And he successfully was able to live in the United States for 7 years, right? And the U.S. gave him some form of political asylum. What would be the difference of the Mabilog situation where there were drug charges against him and an arrest warrant, I believe, and let's say over Zaldico?
Well, at that time, the U.S. felt that the life of Jed Babilog was in danger because they were practicing extrajudicial killings here in the Philippines. When a host country feels that they can, like in Europe especially, that there's a death penalty, they will reject the asylum. They will grant the asylum request and reject the treaty that they observe. In this case, we have a full functioning democracy now. We have no extrajudicial killings. There is no reason for them to refuse our request for repatriation.
Oo. So, naniniwala kayo na pagdating kay Zaldico sa lahat po ng pera niya ay maghihirapan po siya kasi 2 taon na lang po, Secretary, election na. Alam mo, sinasabi ng ilan yon. Ang daling magtago ng 2 taon.
The only thing stopping that is really the cooperation of the host country.
Oo.
Zaldico is a poor man with a lot of money. He has all the money in the world, but none of it buys him his freedom or buys him his happiness or buys him his comfort. If I were him, I would return back to the Philippines, face the charges. He says, and he claims that he is innocent. Come home, notarize your statement, give your formal request, give your formal statement in court, and we will give you your day in court.
Okay. Now, another issue is Harry Roque. So this has something to do now with the POGO cases, right?
Yes.
The POGO expose of Senator Risa Ontiveros. Let's set the record straight. Ano ba talaga, Secretary? Inaresto na ba si Harry Roque o hindi?
No. There was a wild rumor circulating yesterday, and I had to clarify that there was no communication between the Netherlands and the Philippines of any arrest. His passport has been canceled, as I understand. So it is up now to the countries where he lands to see if his passport is valid or not, and then he can be arrested and brought back here.
Oo. So clarification, Harry Roque has not been arrested.
He's not been arrested.
Oo.
I clarified that yesterday with the press and in my Facebook post.
Okay. Now, the DFA revoked the passports of actually they are 5, right? Involved in alleged human trafficking
Yes.
related to POGO. That's Harry Roque, Cassandra Leong, former Technology Resource Center official, Dennis Cunanan, Ronelyn Baterna, Mercedes Macabasa. Secretary, lahat ba ito nasa abroad?
We believe so, yes.
And do you have any information whatsoever?
Not yet,
Kung
because
saan mga bansa?
That went straight from my court case. They were John Doe's. When this is what upon the information given to me, they were John Doe's in the case of what is her name? The one just recently convicted, Alice Go.
Oo.
John Doe's, but during the trial proper and the resolution of the case, the promulgation of the case, the rest were named as co-accused. And
Alright.
that's the only time that we learned, because they were John Doe's before that. And they've just been informed now. So it went straight from conviction to notification that they are wanted. So we are just in the process now of retrieving them.
Okay, considering the magnitude